So you want to know what Disney, Tim Hortons, and Nickelodeon have in common? They've all got their logo slapped on a laptop from 2009, and thanks to another late-night eBay purchase, and today's sponsor Linode, I've got yet another one of these things to explore. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. You know, I thought we were done with this whole logo-slapped laptop saga that we've been doing for the past little while here on the channel. I've done videos on both the Disney NetPal and this absolutely awful Tim Hortons Windows CE piece of garbage thing, but no, we're not even close to being done because we've got to take a look at the Dell Inspiron Mini Nickelodeon Edition. Yeah, that's right, two companies whose names you probably would have never thought would be in the same sentence decided to collaborate to create this thing, a netbook geared towards people who like Nickelodeon. And appropriately, the box here has the Nickelodeon slime all over it, and that's because this is the slime green/white edition, which appears to be the most popular and perhaps the only edition of this laptop. The press release that I found from Dell says that there were going to be SpongeBob and iCarly themed ones as well, but I can't find images of either of those anywhere on the web, so I don't know if they were just not purchased as often or if they just decided to drop them and never make those versions. So if anybody happens to have an iCarly or SpongeBob themed Dell laptop, or netbook rather, feel free to leave a comment down below and let us know. That would be much appreciated. But yeah, this is the slime green/white version. And the specifications, this is pretty much a modified Dell Inspiron 10V. It's got an Intel Atom running at 1.6 gigahertz, 1 gigabyte of memory, 160 gigabyte hard drive. It's got wireless built-in, all that good stuff. And it runs Windows XP Home Edition. And it does not include MS Word, so screw you if you don't have your own copy. Dell's not going to be providing that for you here. You've got McAfee Security Center. That is not on here though. It has been removed, though I'm not complaining. You've got Yville educational content, which is like an educational site for kids. You've got 1 year of LoJack theft protection, which is, well, a theft protection and like location tracking thing if you lose your laptop or if it gets stolen. And you of course have a 1 year limited warranty. So let's go ahead and open this thing up and see what Dell and Nickelodeon has to offer. Now, one of the interesting things about this laptop is, unlike the Disney NetPal where you've got the Disney logo front and center right here on the lid, the Nickelodeon logo is nowhere to be found on this thing. You just have the standard Dell logo on the lid of the laptop, and if we open this thing up, there's nothing on the inside that really indicates that this is a special Nickelodeon edition, aside from the slime design here oozing out onto the palm rest here. So yeah, design-wise, you would really have to know that this is the Nickelodeon slime to realize that, oh yeah, this is like a special edition laptop. But perhaps some people would prefer not to have another logo just slapped on the front of a laptop. But yeah, we do have some other things in here, of course. We've got the AC adapter, which, you know, is here and it works, so that's great. And we've got all of the documentation and the restore media. We'll go ahead and set the box aside. And what's interesting about all this is when I was going through it off camera, I noticed that there appears to be 2 laptops worth of documentation in here. So right here we've got the setup guide, which is for a Dell Mini 10V, a Dell Inspiron Mini 10V, which is again what this laptop is based around. And if we go through here, it does make note of the operating system choice. Apparently you could choose between XP or Ubuntu. I don't believe that applied to the Nickelodeon edition though, because all the customization software and stuff on here is Windows based. Important information, setting up the default resolution. You've got the little blurb about McAfee Security Center. You've got, now this is what's interesting. You've got this thing to create system recovery media because it says it does not ship with the operating system disk. But right here we have the operating system disk for Windows XP Home Edition Service Pack 3, which has actually never been used before. So either this is from another computer or this is from another computer. And I think this is from another computer because if we go right here, you see we have a Microsoft Windows 7 Getting Started guide. Your Dell computer is pre-configured with the Microsoft Windows 7 operating system. No, it's not. So my guess is both of these pieces of paper come from some other computer and that Dell did not ship the Windows 7 recovery media with that system, so you had to make it yourself. You've got your drivers and utilities on this one, and this one contains the Nickelodeon software. You see it says for reinstalling Dell Inspiron Mini Nickelodeon Edition. We've also got that copy of Microsoft Works 9, which apparently hasn't been used either. We've got our warranty and support information, and a piece of cardboard here on the bottom. So yeah, that's everything in the box. Let's go ahead and without any further ado, turn this thing on and explore what it has to offer. Alright, so we've got the computer booting up right now into its installation of Windows XP. And we've got a couple things to go through, but there's really only one major thing that separates this from just a regular, Dell Inspiron Mini. Aside from, of course, the artwork on the exterior of the machine, but there is a theme that replaces the regular Luna visual style, and it's actually done by using a piece of Stardock software called My Colors. Stardock I have mentioned time and time again on this channel, and they keep showing up, and for good reason, because they make a lot of really cool customization software. And over the years, they've partnered with various companies to create stuff like this. And Nickelodeon/Dell was apparently one or two of those companies. So we get a pop-up here from Outlook Express telling us about disk space, so we're not really going to bother with that. The previous owner did install some software that isn't normally on here. We've got iTunes and QuickTime Player. There's another one of these like registry cleaning tools. We saw this on the Disney NetPal as well. I think it was one of those like driver cure programs. They're pretty much scareware, just like, hey, you got to fix these problems and pay us, and it's just like outdated drivers. It's nothing that you should pay for, but they try to convince you that like your computer is going to crash if you don't update these drivers and you have to pay us and blah blah blah. So you've got this clean registry program, which apparently just opens up Internet Explorer, probably to like a buy page. But if we go to the start menu here, check this out. Like, this is one of the coolest themes I've seen in a while. So the Nickelodeon slime just kind of oozes to the side of the start menu from the top, and it just looks really nice. But yeah, this is the visual style, and if we go into the My Colors program here, we can get a closer look at it. So you could just switch back to the regular XP desktop if you don't want it, or you could even get more themes, and this will probably open up a Win Customize or a Stardock page. Yeah, we're not on the internet right now, so it's not going to be able to load anything, but yeah, so the Nickelodeon theme, I believe there are, or maybe there are not, components. It's just all one thing. Yeah, you do have additional themes here under the More Themes tab, so you've got like an NBA one, and you've got a fun theme, and you could click I want this to download it. You got your settings here, you've got your exclusions. Okay, so that's actually pretty nice. So if you had certain applications you didn't want the theme to take effect on, apparently they've got Power DVD in here. We could just remove that. Because, why not? Under wallpapers, we've got the various theme wallpapers. So there's 4 of them here. You've got Nickelodeon 1 through 4. And I did not actually see this when I was going through it off camera, so that's nice. So you've got this one here, which is the same as this one, just without the Nickelodeon logo at the top left here. And you've got these 2, which are like designs that appear to be based around the newer Nickelodeon logo. And you got your help and about information here. So let's go ahead and apply maybe this wallpaper. I think that looks kind of cool. So there we go. It doesn't fit in as nicely with the theme, with it being the slime green color. It definitely looks nicer when you have one of these wallpapers applied. So maybe we'll just apply this one. Why not? But yeah, the theme takes effect on every window that you open up. So we can open up like Recycle Bin here. You see we've got new icons as well. So here's what Windows Explorer looks like. We can shrink this window a little bit. So the sidebar, you got that slime design going on. New icons here. Just overall looks very nice. I think they did a really nice job, which is typical for Stardock. I mean, I've not really seen a Stardock theme that I haven't liked. Now we'll go ahead and connect this thing to the internet, because this right here apparently is an RSS reader for Nickelodeon stuff. It's like a little widget here that is in the startup folder, but this is the application right here. It's actually a desktop gadget in the Stardock folder. Let's go ahead and take a look at that actually. I'm not sure if this still works. We're going to find out by connecting it to the internet. But if we go into Program Files and we go into Stardock, and desktop gadgets. That's the only one in here. All right, so we're online. Let's see if we can refresh this here. And yep, that doesn't appear to do anything. We can try to relaunch it here. You got that nice fade out effect when you close out of it. So, yep, I guess it just does not work anymore. I assume whatever feed it was reading from is not in existence anymore. But yeah, these gadgets seem kind of cool. I mean, we have this down here, which is kind of a gadget. This is to get to the Yville website, which is one thing that was mentioned on the box. This is like an educational website for kids. And so you open it up here. It's basically just a glorified shortcut that'll take you to the website. We'll see if it actually loads up here. So we got all kinds of nonsense up here. We've got this ask toolbar, like, oh gosh, we just want to get rid of that. Goodbye. But yeah, so here it is, you know. Oh, it's actually, oh wow, look at that. I didn't even realize that it takes you to this specialized landing page that is still up. That's pretty cool. So yeah, there's the laptop right there. Look, it's the Dell Mini Nickelodeon Edition. So yeah, that's just kind of a thing that they threw in here. You can't really move it around. It's not like a widget per se. It's just like an animated shortcut that kind of reminds me of like how Active Desktop used to function, you know, where you could have little animated things that just had links tied to them, and then you could click on it and it would open up your web browser. So we could close out of that if we want to, and we'll just get out of this as well. But the desktop theme is not the only theme that we have. If we open up Windows Media Player, there is a custom player skin for this. If we go over here, you've got this Nickelodeon one, so we can apply that. And you see it has Chinese song loaded up here. There are a few user created things in the My Music folder. What's interesting is there's a downloads folder in here that just has a bunch of Dell drivers that for some reason got saved in the My Music folder. But yeah, you've got iTunes, you've got your sample music, and yeah, some of these, like, I think these are actually videos. Yeah, so you see it's like something created in like Windows Movie Maker. And so it's somebody playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I will blur this out because you can see somebody's face on there because it is like an actual video. But if we go here to, I wonder if there are any visualizations. I don't know if there are any custom ones in here. I think these are all the default ones. Yeah, there's not like a Nick category or anything. That's kind of disappointing, but I mean, it's nice that they threw in all this stuff. It's definitely not as extensive as the Disney NetPal, because that's really it for like the custom programs. All the other stuff, like we had McAfee on here. Again, it has been removed. We've got LoJack for laptops, which is up here under Absolute Software, so you could install that. You got a little bit of a trial. And that's it, aside from the standard Dell stuff. You've got Dell Driver Manager, Dell support stuff. You've got the piece of webcam software. There is a webcam built in to here, which is nice. And we've got that copy of Microsoft Works right here. Windows Live is installed. And yeah, so really, aside from the visual style, the Windows Media Player skin, and the Nickelodeon RSS reader, it's just kind of standard, you know, bloatware that you have installed with an OEM computer. And it does suck that we couldn't really take a look at what this RSS reader pulled from, because I guess that the server is down. And hey, speaking of servers, if you've ever wanted to make a server of your own really for any purpose, why not check out today's video sponsor, Linode. If you're looking for a cloud computing provider with the tools needed to scale and deploy applications big and small, look no further than Linode's Linux-based virtual machines. They've been around for almost 2 decades now, and their focus on making cloud computing affordable, accessible, and simple has led businesses of all shapes and sizes to trust them with their hosting needs. To put it simply, if it runs on Linux, it runs on Linode. And with their predictable, no lock-in pricing, you'll always know what you pay each month. And if your hosting needs increase, you can easily up your plan to a higher tier in just a few clicks. Linode is planning on adding at least a dozen more data centers around the world this year, all equipped with enterprise-level capabilities like load balancers, object storage, and Kubernetes. And as a thank you for sitting through this ad, if you sign up for a new Linode account by clicking my link below, you'll receive a 60-day, $100 credit to give them a test drive for completely free. So whether you're looking to change providers or are just getting started with cloud computing, Be sure to check them out, and huge thanks again to Linode for making this episode possible. Well, there you have it, guys. That is pretty much all there is to say about the Dell Inspiron Mini Nickelodeon Edition. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, get subscribed, all that good stuff. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.